So the GameStop CEO has been banned from eBay after making an offer to buy eBay with monopoly money, I guess. He doesn't seem to have enough money to do it. We're going to talk about Ryan Cohen getting banned from eBay, trying to sell some stuff and trolling eBay, saying, hey, I'm selling my stuff to be able to buy you. And
yeah, but he was like putting like dirty socks up there and saying $14,000. And he's like, okay, it's probably, I know it's a joke and I get that it's a joke, but it's like, it was a bad look, and they probably use community guidelines. I think they use like something like community damage as an excuse, something like that. But it's kind of a douchey thing to do. But this guy just strikes me as a complete douchebag, and I can't stand him anyway. I'm gonna be up front from the beginning. I think he's a total arrogant asshat.
Oh no, he definitely is. I think there's something else going on though. It feels like he knows exactly what he's doing, and that all of this is he's putting on a show for somebody. I don't know who. I don't know what the end goal is, but this all feels very calculated. It's like calculated chaos.
I know, but here's the thing. All you're doing is making everybody hate you.
Maybe that's the point.
I don't think it's the point. We're going to disagree on this because Kneon thinks he's playing 4D chess, and I think he's just a complete arrogant.
I think he thinks he's playing 4D chess. I don't know if he actually is. I think he might be playing checkers, but he thinks he's playing chess. But this guy's not stupid. I mean, he started Chewy. I looked into his background. I mean, he is a pretty smart dude. That doesn't mean he's got people skills. That doesn't mean he knows when to rein it in. But I feel like there's something else going on here. It just feels like you don't just like wake up one day and decide to do shit like this unless you've got an end goal for it.
I'm sure he's got some kind of goal. I just don't know if it's going to work the way he thinks it's going to work. Because he's just out there irritating people. Yeah,
because right now the GameStop stock is plummeting because he went on to CNBC and they asked him point blank, how are you going to get the money to buy eBay? Because GameStop, remember, is only worth like $11 billion. eBay supposedly is, at least $44 or $50 billion. So they're off, right? And he's like, well, I got a note from a bank for $20 billion, and they're like, yeah, but there's still like $20 billion not accounted for.
Basically, what he's arguing, I think, from my understanding, is that he's going to merge them together and then use the equity from that. And I'm like, so you don't have enough, but you're going to merge them together and somehow you're going to make a lot more money and it's going to be a lot of equity that you can offset the debt and all. I'm not saying it wouldn't work. I'm just saying that it's very confusing and his behavior is very erratic. And it's even people that are like big investors were questioning him, like the invested in GameStop and different things are questioning. I know one person sold their shares because they're like, yeah, your behavior is not making any sense.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to him, but where he's coming from is a whole nother issue. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do. Woohoo. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello. I am sick, but it sounds worse than it is.
If you'd like to support us, you don't have to go out to eBay. You can go to more.clownfishtv.com and you check out our paywalled content. We're going to be pushing more stuff over there because we don't trust YouTube a whole lot these days. So check it out, more.clownfishtv.com. So yeah, we're muddling through this week. Geeky does feel better, but she doesn't sound that well. You still sound beautiful to me.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
But I think you would do better on camera than Ryan Cohen did. Ryan Cohen did not do well.
Yeah, I was like, what an arrogant asswipe. I was like, wow.
We had a conversation about this after watching the clip on CNBC, and he would not answer the question, really. Actually, we'll just pull this up here on Yahoo Finance. He wouldn't answer the question. They asked him point blank, like, where are you going to get the money? And he just kept saying the same thing. He's like, half cash, half stock. The details are on the website. And that's all. It was like, it's on the website. Go to the website. Well, but what about it's on the website? Now, he wanted people to go to the website because it is kind of complicated Common Core math that he kind of sort of gets there, but not quite. And people just want to know, like, are you serious about this or what? I think if this, hypothetically speaking, would go through, it's about getting somebody to just pick up the tab for GameStop because GameStop is not really worth anything. So get a company like, you can't get eBay to buy GameStop, so what you'll do is initiate a hostile takeover of eBay, then just kind of absorb.
Well, yeah, basically they're saying is to take some of that, basically, yeah, it's going to take. They're going to take like money that they could be probably making. Like they're betting on things that aren't there yet. Like it's going to be bigger and it's going to be a lot more money. So we're going to take that money that we're going to eventually have, maybe, and that's going to be part of it.
That's the entire economy, though. That's what I keep trying to explain to my kid is like, you think adults are in charge? You think money actually means something? You think that as you move up the food chain, it's all about, being a good person and paying your bills on time and doing, it's like, no, everything's a show game. It's all from the top down. Everything's a show game. Actually, the further up the ladder you go, the bigger and bigger the scam is. Mm-hmm. Right? They tell us at the bottom, pay your bills on time, make sure your credit score is good, make sure you pay all your taxes and do the right thing, and da-da-da. And then you get to the top, all these companies are probably employing you or all doing the exact opposite of what they're telling you to do.
Oh, they're hiding their money, they're not paying their stuff, they're writing off debt. They run off debt, then they can just write it off and pretend like it didn't exist.
Yeah, taxes, schmaxes. We don't need to pay taxes. We're just gonna we're going to put all our money in crypto. We're going to do all this stuff and not tell the shareholders. And I love that. They can basically just take a failing company, take whatever is good from that company, pull it out, and then just take the debt, saddle it off with another company.
Take a company that's doing well and then strip it apart and then ruin it all and then throw it away.
It's ridiculous. It's like having a junker. Right. And then you have to go buy another. This is car terminology here. So you've got a crappy car, but it's a classic car. So you go buy a pristine version of that car, but then you strip that car and then you try to use parts to get the junker going, but it's not, what I'm saying?
They don't even use parts to get the junker going. They just sell the parts.
Just sell the parts. Yeah. That's
what they do.
Or they're trying to salvage something. So what I think is going on here is I think he knows GameStop is a lost cause. I think he's basically trying to take over eBay, and then they would just wind down GameStop. They would just make GameStop part of eBay.
Right.
Is what I think is the thought process here.
That's what his thought process is. And he's basically like, I don't have money now, but if we get this through, then it'll make enough money to pay it back with the equity in this potentially larger company, is what he's trying to argue. But he's not verbalizing it very well. But I think that's what he's trying to argue. And even though he might have a point, he's just coming across as such an entitled prick that no one's listening to him anyway. Yeah.
He's just like, yep, we'll see what happens. Yeah, he wouldn't answer this guy. I'm like, why go on TV with this journalist when you know this guy's going to be asking you deliberately not answer his questions,
And then because to play off the fact that everybody's like, they're joking, we can do go OnlyFans or something to pay the rest. Well, he's going to sell his socks for $14,000 on eBay to help fund him buying eBay.
Oh, my God.
Which, of course, they banned his account.
Yeah. This comes from IGN. GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen, who is trying to buy eBay for $56 billion, says he was suspended from eBay for selling his socks.
Yeah, he sold other stuff. He sold other GameStop stuff. He was listing stuff, and it was stupid things.
He said yesterday, he tweeted he was selling stuff on eBay to pay for eBay amid questions about how he would raise enough money to buy the business. Listings include baseball cards, a pair of socks, and even GameStop store signs. Each listing also includes a hand-signed letter to eBay as a thank you for the support. And Cohen then tweeted he was on the phone to eBay after being told he reached the $50,000 per month limit for sales. Well, clearly a stunt, Cohen has followed up his selling spree to say he was suspended from eBay alongside an image of an apparent notice that claims the decision was made because of the activity we believe was putting the eBay community at risk. What, trying to buy it? Is that
doesn't sound like they're really receptive to him?
No, it would be a hostile takeover. That's why he's going to the shareholders. It absolutely would be a hostile takeover. And I think his whole stunt on CNBC was about getting the attention of people who maybe had that kind of money to help fill in the gaps.
I'd be like, you're being a dick. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
You were thinking it might be Saudi money.
Like I didn't know. I said, what's he going to do? Come Saudi money? Because that's who has money right now. And I was wondering if he was going to pull that. But it was some bank. Yeah, some Canadian bank, TD Bank or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, I mean, he might pull it off. I'm going to be honest. I mean, I know it doesn't look too good now, but like the guy, his track record's actually pretty decent.
Well, I'm actively rooting for him to fail just because he acts like a complete
that's the thing. A lot of people
are asshole.
But then that guy would be the CEO of eBay at that point. And I think that's a
Right.
big part of it too.
I am actually rooting for him to fail because, I said before, it'd be really cool if you pulled this off. Just the fact that no one ever, it's a ballsy move. If you pulled it off, it'd be pretty impressive. But now after I see how he behaves, I'm like, screw you, asshole. I'm like, you act like an entitled, arrogant prick. So I hope it bites you in the balls.
Well, okay, so he kind of hinted at this before because when he came in, they said he doesn't need the money. The guy's already a billionaire, right? He had Chewy, sold Chewy for a ton of money to PetSmart, and he's had some other companies. He's invested in a bunch of companies. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this guy's off his rocker. I think he knows what he's doing. He's sending signals to somebody. It said it's worth noting that Cohen could make up to $35 billion in stock if the company's market value hits $100 billion, among other compensation package criteria. In January, the 40-year-old billionaire told the Wall Street Journal he wanted a big deal that is ultimately either going to be genius or totally foolish. So he has a 9% stake in GameStop.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, GameStop's kind of at this point, it's kind of a joke and everybody knows it. But the thing is, it's like, dude, you don't go another company whose people's jobs are on the line and then play like this and then be like, it's going to be either really cool or really, really stupid. And I'm like, to you, I salute you with a middle finger because, you're just coming across even more of a douche after that comment.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's sending a signal to somebody for something. He basically wanted to get on CNBC to be like, whoever is watching, and he knows the right people watch, go to the website, look at what I'm proposing, get back to me, because the common person, the person who's going to buy a couple $100 in eBay stock or a couple $1,000 in eBay stock or whatever, that's not who he's fishing
No, I
for.
understand that. But what is the symbol? Like, they're on dirty store windows, they draw the giant penises on it. Is that his symbol? Because I'm like, he's setting up the signal. I'm like, what signal? The dick signal? Because, I get what you're saying. He's trying to, hey, fellow dicks, come help me buy this.
Yeah, exactly.
By eBay. I get that. But it's like,
do you want in? The signal he's sending is, do you want in?
And as a
Here's how
consumer,
we're
all
going
I'm
to do
hearing
it.
is,
Here it
oh
is on
shit,
the
they're going to
website.
ruin eBay. They're going to ruin everything else.
Oh,
too.
absolutely. I have no doubt. I don't think he would say. That's the thing. People are like, oh, this guy's going to be the CEO. I'm like, no, I think he just wants to see if he can do it. He wants a big
But
fat
he's
paycheck.
playing with other people's jobs, livelihood, and that kind of stuff to do it. But he doesn't care.
Every
And the thing
CEO is.
I get that. I get that. But a lot of times, like, they at least somewhat care. He's just like comes across as a complete asshole.
Yeah.
And I know he doesn't care what I think, and that's fine. But he reminds me of like the annoying frat boys and stuff in movies that people just want to like slap. Like the bad guy in the movie who's like the clear villain, who's a complete asshole douche, thinks he's all that, and that's what he reminds me of. And it's turning people off, including some of their investors.
Yeah. Well, people, I mean, I know a lot of people are complaining about eBay. I know I talked to people back channel who sell on eBay as part of their livelihoods, and they said that eBay has gotten really, really bad. It's kind of like
the fees are getting really terrible. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting ridiculous in some of the fees, and they charge you now fees on the shipping price too.
Yeah, and sellers don't have a lot of protection like you used to, and now it's like they can hold your funds. This guy here said eBay is terrible to its account holders. I've been trying to get my money out since 2021, so there's like almost $9,000 just stuck with eBay for like 5 years, and they can just sit on that money.
Why'd they take the money?
Apparently he couldn't ship things out on time because he got sick with COVID, and so they locked the account, and he got a whole bunch of bad reviews. I haven't sold in 6 years. Told them to restrict my account from selling, but release my funds. I don't care. I'll never sell again. I've had people talk to me about eBay, and it's like, I don't know how familiar you guys are with eBay now, but they're really, really bad for sellers. So,
well, they've been for a while, but yeah. I'm just saying, like, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, I mean, you think it's going to get any better if this guy takes over?
No. I mean, the truth, no, I don't think it's going to get any better. I think GameStop, as it is right now, is a lost cause. I think he knows it's a lost cause, so he's just looking to basically play the Uno reverse card, where instead of having eBay buy GameStop, you have GameStop somehow buy eBay, then absorb GameStop, and then deprecate the GameStop brand, and then that's how you get rid of GameStop.
I have no idea.
That's what I think is going on, but I think
he's a dick.
He is
But,
a dick.
You know, do I think he'll probably pull it off? He might, but I think he's a dick.
I think he might pull it off. I don't think this guy would have taken the job and gone on television and done all this other shit. He's already wealthy. He's already got a pretty good rep for being a young entrepreneur. I don't think he would have put all that on the line unless he thought he could pull it off. And I think you might be on something. I think it might have been sending a signal to the Saudis, be like, "Hey guys, you want in? You've already bought in all these game companies."
He's putting up the big dick symbol.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is.
Let's put your dick on the table, guys. Let's see who wants in.
My dick is huge. You know, do you have a big dick? Do you want to come in? I got big balls too. You know, that's what he's doing. It's not that whole interview was not for the general public. Let's just put it
I'm
that
just
way.
rolling my eyes and shaking my head like, oh, what the hell? Who cares? What an idiot. Anyway,
are we gonna wrap this one up?
Yes. Sorry, I just really don't like this person. If you can't,
I
tell.
know he doesn't
do I
care.
think he's probably gonna get it through? Probably.
But
I don't think he's a complete asshat.
It's amazing.
Two things can be true at once.
Yes. And here's the truth too. Like I talked about how there aren't any adults in charge or whatever. The truth of the matter is that the most powerful, influential people in this world, for the most part, a lot of them don't give a shit what you think about them personally. True. Because that actually is.
You could just say they don't give a shit about you and that end it there.
Yeah. Well, because that's a limitation, right? Because like if you want to go limitless or whatever, and if you constantly care about what other people think about you, then you're going to put the brakes on some of the zanier ideas that you've got.
Guys,
because
this is why I keep Kneon in check. If I didn't, he would turn into this guy.
That actually is probably
I know
true.
it's true.
That is actually because
I am the heart, so I keep it.
Because sometimes
grounded.
I've said some stuff and she just looked at me like, "What the hell are you thinking?" And I'm like, "No, because I don't really care one way or the other." No, but that's
he would go super villain if it wasn't for me.
No, it's not super villain. I'm just saying, like, look, if in this is a game player's mentality, right? If the objective is to win, then you do whatever it takes to win. And sometimes your feelings get in the way of winning. So you have to. I'm not scoring any points at all with her. I'm looking at it right now. She's looking at me like, "Oh my God, I've married." No,
I already knew what I was in for. It's all good. I'm just saying, without me, he would run, and he was uncontrolled. It'd be a lot scarier. I'm actually the nice one.
That people don't realize that she actually is. No, it's not about being nice so much as like she definitely is. I think my moral center, because I think I probably would be like, you know what?
Left unchecked, you'd be scary. But anyway,
there we go. We're gonna wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.